Hello! Happy Wednesday, everybody. So much has happened in the world since we last spoke. I can't quite believe that all of this stuff has happened in the last week. And you know of what I speak. I do not need to vocalise it, but so much has happened and changed in the world, and you can literally feel the light starting to polarise now as well. Whereas before it was just the darkness, everything was about the darkness, the dark agenda. Everything's starting to polarise on the light side now. And it's just absolutely beautiful. You know, there's a movement of love growing throughout the entire world at the moment. And it's fantastic to see. And I genuinely think the next few weeks are going to be just mind-blowing. I mean, you just haven't got a clue what's going to happen next. So much stuff is changing and moving. And, you know, no matter what happens in the political arena, don't forget that all of this is about the shift. It's all about picking a lane spiritually, and which side of the coin you're going to choose. So no matter what happens out there in the play, if you like, don't forget that it's all providing us the opportunity to choose a lane, to choose a dimensional frequency that we wish to experience moving forwards, because those of us who want to ascend have to be given the opportunity to do so. So that is what's happening now. We are being given the opportunity to raise our vibration and consciousness and ascend if that's what we wish. So we had something pretty miraculous happen in the Whitworth household this week. And for me, it was a miracle. There was no doubt about it. And I could still cry, to be honest, thinking about it now. But I witnessed a miracle in my house this week. And I'll tell you very, very quickly about it, because I think it's really, really important. And there was a huge message in there for all of us. My youngest is absolutely obsessed with animals. Obsessed. And wherever we're out, she always ends up finding some form of animal that needs to be helped or looked after, and you know that's just a normal occurrence. She's just full of love, and she loves animals, bugs, insects, everything. Anyway, we'd been to pick up my eldest child from school, and we'd just arrived home. And I was getting the kids into the house, and I was taking the shoes off and the coats off. And my youngest child said to me, "Oh, be careful, Mummy. I don't want to drop the ladybird." And I was like, "Ladybird? What was that? What was that, darling? What did you just say about ladybird?" And she was like, "Oh, I brought a ladybird home to live with us, Mummy. 'Cause we've not got a ladybird. And I found him, and I've held him all the way home to keep him safe. I've held him tight all the way home to keep him safe. So he didn't fall. He didn't fall anywhere in the car because I kept him safe. And now we're home, I can give him..." Oh, Mummy. Oh, he's not moving." And she put this little ladybird on my hand. I'm not kidding. I was like, oh my God, you poor, poor thing. You poor, poor thing. Bless her. She'd been holding him tight to make sure that she didn't drop him. But he was gone. There was no spirit of the ladybird left in that ladybird. He'd gone. And his wings were splayed, and his little legs were all... because she'd been holding him tight. And at this point, my littlest understands what's happened. She realises that she held him a little bit too tight, and she starts crying. And my eldest child says, "Oh, but it's okay. Mummy can fix him with her healing powers. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. And as I was saying it, I was thinking, no. They believe. You've got to believe. You do all of these sessions with people all over the world that talk about this incredible stuff, about this plasma that connects us all, about the force that connects us all, that love connects us all, that everything flows from one to the other, that there isn't really separation, we're all one huge being. So, you know, going back to that session with the humanoid butterfly, where she can give some of her life force to the plants and the trees, and it regenerates and rejuvenates them. And I've got all of this going round in my head. Then I hear a voice inside me say, do you believe? And it was like a really momentous moment for me, and I was thinking, yeah, you know, I do all of this stuff, I listen to all of these sessions, I listen to all of this amazing stuff on the shift, and it's incredible. But do I believe? Do I believe in it all? Do I believe? Do I believe that all of this stuff is, can, and does occur? And I was like, yes, absolutely I believe. Absolutely. I believe. And then I was looking at this ladybird, and inside of me I said, I believe. And I believe that everything is connected, and that I have the ability to channel life force from source, because I am connected to source, just as this ladybird is. We're all connected to source. And so I put myself in that mindset of being one of those little fireflies from the session that I posted 3 videos ago about the humanoid butterfly. And I, in my head, channeled, like you do when you do Reiki, I channeled the life force into this little butterfly, ladybird. And my youngest still crying because she's devastated, because she realises that unwittingly she's harmed it, and that was never her. That was never what she wanted to do, because she's so beautiful, she loves everything. My eldest is like looking at me thinking, oh, well, so what's going to happen now? She's doing something, but I don't know what's going to happen. And inside I was just saying, I believe, I can. We, all of us together that are one being, we can do this, we can bring it back to life. And then slowly, its little legs start to work. The top few of its legs. And I nearly flipping dropped it, because both my kids at the same time went, oh! And I was like, oh! And then it started to rock slowly from side to side whilst its little legs were going. And it flipped itself back over, and it was just stood there on my hand. And it pulled its wings back in that looked like they'd been absolutely mashed. It pulled its wings back in, and it was just sat there, perfect. And my littlest one went, oh yes, Mummy fixed the ladybird, as if it was like just like a standard thing, you know, just a daily occurrence. But my eldest child was looking at me like, what just happened? Because I know that's not supposed to happen. And I looked at her and I said, look, do you see what can happen when you believe? And she was like, yes, Mummy, I will always believe. And I couldn't believe it. It was just such a huge thing, because of what had been going on inside me internally, in this internal conversation about this ladybird. And afterwards, we put the ladybird outside. I explained to my littlest one, I was like, no, darling, we can't keep it in the house. It'll die if we keep it in the house. There's nothing for it to eat in here. We need to put it outside. So I managed to get her to give it up onto this. I grow lots of medicinal herbs, and I've got a big pot called Self-Heal. And they've got little teeny blue flowers, and we put the ladybird onto this pot of Self-Heal. So she still goes out and talks to it every day. I don't even think it's there anymore, but she still goes out and talks to the plant. But yeah, I convinced her that we had to put it outside. And I've totally forgot where I'm going with this story. I got sidetracked with the self-heal. But, oh yeah, the point I was trying to make is, you know, all of us right now, where are we in this journey? You know, truthers, light workers, people that are wanting to know more information about the shift. We get information about the shift, and then the first thing we do is say, oh, well, you know, people have said that before and it didn't happen. I really do feel like we're at this point now where we have to believe. We have to believe. We have to believe that all of these ancient books that talk about this period of time that we're in right now knew what they were talking about. We have to believe that all of the different pockets of information that we're getting from all of different sources, whether it's astrology or mediums or QHHT sessions or online sessions, or we have to believe that this thing is occurring. And for me, I've heard it so many times now. I mean, in the past week since I last spoke to you, I've had lots more sessions that also talk about the shift. And I've not transcribed those because I believe that that video that I put up recently pretty much answers every question that anybody could possibly have on what is about to occur. And if I transcribe any of these sessions about the shift, I'm just going to be giving you the same information over and over. But basically, people are saying all over the world that we are on the precipice, the cusp, the point in time of all times that changes everything, where the light overtakes the dark, where the balance is tipped. You know, this has been a planet locked down with dark energy for a long time. And we're at that pivotal period of time where the balance is shifted. And the earth understands that the beings that live on her, the balance is shifted. And then that means that the galactic centre, which is connected to the earth, which is connected to us, I'm from there, understands that we're ready. And it sends out, in conjunction with Source, this pulse, this wave of love. And the earth responds. And in that period of time, that's when the shift occurs. So that is what we're building up to at the moment. So and how we get there, no matter what road it is that we take to get there, it will occur. This is ordained. This is what Source has decreed is to happen. That the souls who have been trapped here, who are ready for the next level, be given the opportunity to ascend. So everything that you see play out in the external arena, if you will, over the next few weeks, months, is all an opportunity for people to further polarize to their final position. And we are getting into the final position behind the stage curtains. Everybody's getting into position and those stage curtains are about to open. You know, the audience is going quiet, everybody's settling down, and it's all about to begin. And you can see that, you can feel it. Everybody that you speak to says, oh my goodness, you can feel that something huge is about to happen. Getting lots of information coming out in the sessions about this great shaking that keeps being mentioned, a shaking of the earth. And that's something to do with the release of energy that will occur when Gaia moves her essence out of the third and into the fifth and releases that electromagnetic pulse that allows the two spheres of consciousness to separate. So lots of people talking about this great shaking, like an earthquake, if you like, that will be felt all over when this occurs. Many people are mentioning that. I'm also seeing other people mentioning that are getting the information from their star family, so like online and, you know, forums, blogs, vlogs, Twitter. Lots and lots of people are talking about this shaking and earthquakes that are occurring just prior to the splitting of the two spheres of consciousness. So, you know, if that does happen, and we experience that, have it in your mind, hold in your mind a positive thought around it, that if that is happening, that means that we're in the middle of the splitting of the two worlds. So when that great vibration occurs, just relax into it. Make sure that you're safe, relax into it, and allow that, allow the shift to occur. That's the only thing that I can say about that, I guess, at this point. We can get as many of these downloads of information from star families, as many QHHT sessions, online multidimensional soul travel sessions. We can get as much information as we want, but until all of us have physically actually gone through this, we're not going to know what it's going to be like. But the only thing I would say is, no matter what happens, keep your vibration high, trust, and believe. So other things to mention, on my last video I mentioned that I wanted to do a Zoom call with people who wanted to, and I'm in the process of setting that up at the moment. I believe that the date that we have been discussing on the community section of my website is the 29th of October. I think it's the 29th of October. Whatever date it is that I've put on the community section of my YouTube channel is the date. So I think it's Thursday, the 29th of October, 11:30 a.m. But I will confirm that in my next video, nearer to the time. So for anybody who wants to jump on that Zoom call, it will literally just be an opportunity for all of us to get together and chat. Now, dependent upon how many people actually come onto that call, I've set up something called breakout rooms on my Zoom conferencing, so we can put smaller groups of people into breakout rooms for you to chat within that room, and then after we've done that, we can all come back together and share the main points that everybody's discussed. I would also like to ask for a volunteer who's on that Zoom call to collect everybody who wants to collect people's numbers so that we can set up some form of a WhatsApp group. I'm a member of many different WhatsApp groups for QHHT, Starseeds, and they seem to work really well. You can dip in and out of them whenever you want to, and whenever you're feeling that need to boost your own frequency and vibration, and everybody around you is just talking about 3D stuff, you nip onto the WhatsApp group, and instantly you start to see messages and topics being discussed by people who are on the same vibrational level as you, and it makes you feel better, it makes you feel more grounded. So that's something that I wanted to do, to try and set up some kind of a WhatsApp group, but what I would say is I haven't got the time to manage that. I just haven't. I'm doing far too much as it is at the moment, spreading myself very thin. So I would be looking for somebody to put the hand up and say, yeah, I'm absolutely happy to set up the WhatsApp group and, just coordinate it basically. If anything needs to be done, just to do it. So if anybody's interested in doing that, please let me know on the Zoom call that we have later on in October. The only time I have available at the moment is that set time in October. So if that time doesn't work for you, moving forwards, if we're still here, I'll try and set up some different times as well, one later on in the day, one earlier in the day, so people all around the world have the opportunity to connect. But don't forget, if you can't make the Zoom call, if you still want to join the WhatsApp group, once I've got a volunteer to coordinate that, I will be able to put that volunteer's information out to people in a secure way. So if they do want to join the WhatsApp group, then they can. They don't have to be on the Zoom call. Also, something else I wanted to mention as well is the client whose video that I posted last week the incredible session about ascension, basically. She has booked a couple more sessions with me over the coming months, and she's very keen to find out more about ascension and what's going to be happening and the part that she's going to be playing both on the ground but also up in the ships, because she's got a part of herself up in the ships as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should have some more videos regarding ascension and more in-depth information over the coming months. I am booked out now for the rest of the year. I think I've got 2 sessions left in December, but they're really, really early 7 a.m. UK time sessions. So they're probably only going to be suitable for people over in Australia and that part of the world. So if you were wanting to book a session with me, I don't have anything left now for the rest of the year. And I have a waiting list for cancellations as well. So if you've just found me and you're wanting to book a session, sorry, I don't have anything left for this year. It's literally January onwards now. But I'm really, really hoping I'm going to be on New Earth by then. You know, flying around and just exploring and having fun. I'm so ready now. I'm just so ready. I feel like we're all just so ready, and it just needs to happen. It just really, really needs to happen. And I'm looking forward to it happening. But I want it to be now. Because I've been talking about this for years now, and yeah, I just want to be there now. You know, I've breathed life into this, as we all have. You know, we've visualized it, we've imagined it, we've been there, we've done meditations that take us there, we've experienced it in sessions like QHHT sessions and these online sessions, and we just really need to be there now. That's just what it feels like. I feel like I'm just coming to the end of my journey in this existence as I am now. And I really do feel like I'm saying goodbye to many, many, many different things. And that's okay, because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to say goodbye to all of the 3D stuff. I've done it over and over and over and over. And I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired. I've been on Earth for so long now. I just want to go home. And by home, I mean the vibration of home. I want to go back to the vibration of home, which is New Earth. Earth newly reborn. Her true self. I want to go back to that vibration. And I want to explore New Earth for a good period of time with my family and enjoy it. And then after that, I want to go back home. I want to go back to the Pleiades. I want to take my family and go off and explore. I don't want to be in this existence anymore where it's just a big fight to survive. I can't do it anymore. And I'm sure you feel exactly the same as me. I'm at this point in time now where I'm like, I'm overcooked. I'm just beyond ready. I just can't do this anymore. And doing these sessions as well, it's kind of like, it's a bit torturous in a way. As much as it's amazing, it's torturous because you're getting to hear all this stuff and experience the higher vibrations, and you just think, I just need to be there now. So that being said, I've picked a really beautiful session to read out to you today. I think this for me is one of the most favourite sessions, and I say that about them all because they all are. I mean, each and every one is just beautiful and sacred and wonderful, and there's so much that goes on in each session. But this one was really particularly good. And I think it was particularly good because of the spectrum of experiences that we get to experience in this person's journey. And we literally get to see each part of his multi-dimensional self. His frequency keeps rising throughout the session, and as his frequency rises up to a certain point, he then jumps into the next thing that his consciousness resides in. So it's really quite special because we get to see all of the rays right up to the very end, the purple ray. So I'm going to read this out now. I'm going to stop waffling on. Sorry, I've waffled on for quite a while this week. But I can't help it. I don't get to see anybody. It's the only time I get to talk to anybody. Even though I know I'm kind of talking to myself right now, I've linked with so many of you guys now. I know the faces behind who will watch these videos, and it really does feel like I'm talking to you. So yeah, sorry about the waffle, but I needed the waffle this week. Feeling a little bit emotional. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this way this week, but I'm feeling a little bit emotional, like things just keep coming up out of nowhere that make me want to cry. So I don't know if it's that final bit of density that we're purging, or I don't know. But yeah, if you're feeling emotional, so am I. So here's the session. When I ask the client, what does he see? He says, I see darkness. Tell me more about that darkness and allow the images to become sharper and sharper as you focus. I see a huge cavern that reaches up to the sky. It's huge, and I'm in some kind of very narrow, very deep. It's not a valley, but it's like an open cavern with huge shards of rock. They almost look like rock statues. Tell me more about these rock statues. They're in the shape of animals. There's a rhino and a hippo, and they're huge. They're really, really big. And as you look at these huge statues that are so big, become aware of yourself and your point of perception in this place. Look down at yourself and tell me more about what you look like. I feel small and like a dark colour. I've got arms and legs. I think I'm human. I'm walking and it seems like a very small path far away. It's a dirt path with these statues way above me. And I feel like I'm wearing some kind of black clothing, maybe some kind of fur. Tell me more about that. I'm wearing a hat. It's a wide-rimmed hat with very heavy clothing and fur boots. It's like a fur jacket. Tell me what you see as you look around and walk on this path. It opens up out into... I'm walking out onto the edge of a very high plateau with very tall grass. I feel like I'm in a mountain region. The grass is tall. I see mountains in the distance, snow-covered mountains. And as you walk on your way, as you look around, are you aware of anyone else, or is it just yourself? I see a herd or a tribe of people who are similar to me and dressed like me, and there's red in their hats. Tell me more about that. I feel rather old, and these people are looking to me for guidance or some kind of support, and they are with a herd of animals. Do you feel male or female? I feel male. And as you connect with these people that you feel that you support and give wisdom to, tell me more about your people. They seem nomadic. They are strong and of the land. They are with yak or some kind of bison. They're walking and they have surrounded me, and they're with the animals, and I am in the centre of this group of people and animals. Tell me what happens now you are in the centre of this group of people. I'm giving guidance and instruction as to what to do next. And this guidance and these instructions, where did you obtain that guidance from on this journey that you have just been on? I walked through the narrow area with the statues and the rocks. That very narrow area with the statues and the rocks. That's why I went there, and I received spiritual guidance within that cavern. And when you go to that cavern to receive spiritual guidance, tell me more about what you experience when you're in that cavern. I'm seeing light, yellow, bright light that's there for me. It reaches out to me, and I'm feeling a very high frequency from that light. How is it that you connect to that light? It's of a higher vibration than I am. It's almost like it enters me or reaches out to me and touches me. It's a spirit of some kind. How does it pass its wisdom on to yourself? How do you receive it? It's enveloping me, surrounding me, and entering my whole body. It's a very high vibration. It's a large being of light. It's much taller than I am, and it has a crown. Tell me more about that. Its crown is of light. It's a crown of light that it's wearing. It's very yellow. And as your eyes acclimatise to that being, tell me more about what you see. There are other beings there with it, and they all have these crowns, these lights around their head, and it's like they're welcoming me. They're not speaking, they're just all around me, filling me with light. I can feel my frequency rising, and it feels really good. Have a slip. And as your frequency rises, whilst you're with these beings, what spiritual guidance do they give you? I'm feeling it now. It's a frequency. Yes. Allow it to pass through the body and to connect. Allow it to flow through and stabilise. Tell me more about what these beings want to tell us today. I feel that I have moved higher, and the light seems white now. I feel like I have moved out of that body now. Yes, tell me more. I'm moving higher. Everything seems white now. There's crystals. It seems like the light is white, and then it's becoming translucent, and I'm seeing the tip of this crystal. And now I'm becoming the crystal. It's translucent at the top, and I'm becoming this crystal. So these light beings surrounding him and enveloping him have allowed him to raise his frequency. So now he's left that physical body, and now he's merging with this crystal that is also a part of his multidimensional self. Tell me how that feels. It's awesome. I don't see anything else. It's just clear and then darkness. And now you have merged with this crystal and you are feeling that frequency. Tell me what it is that we need to know today. I'm feeling pressure in my heart. Yes, allow the heart chakra to open, surrender, and allow that heart chakra to open, and feel that flood of love flowing through the entire body. That high frequency will flow through the body and reacclimatize yourself with this feeling of higher vibration. Tell me what you experience now. I see the colours of red and yellow flash through me like it was taken by the crystal, and now I see pale green and blue, but it's just all crystal. So by merging your consciousness with this crystal, tell me more about what it is that you experience, feel, or know. My heart is beating faster, but I'm at peace. Allow that heart chakra to fully open now, and for that area of the body to spin faster, and for us to let go of those lower vibrational colours of the red and the yellow in that space, and for you to see that space spinning faster and faster like a huge green Catherine wheel, and allow that energy to move through the body, removing all blockages in the body. What else does this crystal want us to know today? I'm seeing rose quartz crystal now. And do we need to place some of that rose colour within the heart today? Yes. Allow that pink energy to travel to the centre of the green heart chakra, and that beautiful pink energy to open the heart out, and also a little bit of gold right in the centre to open that heart chakra fully out, and for that beautiful high frequency love energy to flow out of the heart chakra now, and to open out into your energetic field wider, much further, so your energetic field is larger and much more powerful than before. Tell me what you see now. I feel like I'm entering an etheric area outside of reality. It's different, hues of dark blue and green. It's like I'm in the sky, and it's all green and blue beneath me and rose above me. How does it feel to be a part of that energy? Very nice. I feel lighter. Yes, the density has been removed. Feel that feeling throughout your entire body, that sense of lightness and peace. I feel freedom now, and I feel like I have really big wings. Beautiful. Tell me about those wings. They're somewhere on me, and they're flapping. They're very, very big wings. I can hear them flapping, and it's like a woof, woof. And as you become more aware of yourself and these wings, tell me more about what you look like now, because he's risen his consciousness and he's joined with another part of his multidimensional self. I'm not human now. I am a dragon with four huge legs with claws, and I feel like I'm flying towards a thin, huge piece of rock in the middle of this surreal land of blues and pinks and dark blues and greens. It looks like there's some kind of thin castle on this narrow tower of rock that comes out of this ethereal sky of these colours. And I'm flying towards it. I'm getting closer to this castle kind of thing, and I'm flying around it. Tell me more about the castle. It's white like marble. And as you focus on yourself as this beautiful dragon with these powerful wings that allow you to fly, tell me more about you. What colour are you? The colours change. I am gold right now. I can see the scales on my tail. They are like a shimmering gold and green. My tail forms an arrow, a sharp arrow. But my colour is fluid. It's not one colour. It's like the colour of the sky, this air that I am in. Shimmering blues, greens and golds. Beautiful. And as you fly around this white marble tower, what else do you see or connect with? There's different layers of this tower. This tower is thousands and thousands of feet high. And at the lower levels, I can see cut out areas that look like ledgers. And they look empty. And I'm trying to fly higher to the top. So I approached it from quite a high area, but now the tower seems to be rising and I have to keep flying to catch up with it. How does that feel? I'm starting to feel frustrated, but I'm not scared. I feel like I have to raise my frequency to reach the top of this tower. Tell me more about how you will do that. Focusing within inside myself, and focusing on my forehead. Tell me more about that. Having to go deep within to try and find a way to do that. I feel that I'm doing it. I'm slowly rising. So I've done it, and now I'm past the top of that tower. It seems brighter now. The colours up here are brighter blues. The sky is huge. It's immense. I don't know where it leads to. And as you look around that huge sky, are you aware of anything else up there with you? There are other dragons up here now. They resemble me with the shimmering colours, and they are all vibrating. There's a vibration in the air. It's intense. It's reverberating in the air and penetrating all of us. And our colours are in sync with this vibrating sound. How does it feel when your colours change in sync with that vibrating sound? It's just awesome. It's like it's all in the sky. I'm part of the sky. We are all a part of this sound and vibration. We are all one with it. And it just feels incredible. And it's like our wings don't have to work as hard. We're just hovering. We are enveloped in this air. It's not thin, it's thick. It's like a thick presence of air. It holds us. It's now holding us. And in this beautiful thick air with these other dragons, are you able to communicate with these other dragons that are there with you? I'm reaching out to them. They are all feeling like I do, very joyful, mesmerised, happy. We're all very, very happy to be there. We're feeling connected. We don't feel at all separated. We're now together. We've found each other. And now you're all back together again. How does that feel? It feels awesome. This is my family. I'm feeling the vibration again, but now I feel it through my human body that is laid here. Yes. And I say, the resonance of your frequency. This is your true frequency. And I'm looking into one of the dragon's eyes now, and I can't describe the depth. It's like a crystal blue, green, and some other colour that I don't even know. And it's deep. It's beautiful. And his voice changes at this point. It changes. You can hear it on the recording. Something changes at this point. It just goes on and on like a fractal. It doesn't stop as I look. It just goes on to infinity. And then he takes a huge, big, deep breath and sighs. And I'm thinking, wow, he's in this place where he's a dragon and he's looking into another dragon's eye. And in that dragon's eye, he's seeing all of this. Everything that goes on to infinity. Wow. As this beautiful dragon connected with all of the family of dragons who are the same frequency as you in this incredible place, what message does that dragon want to give us today? Be still. And I'm hearing and feeling stillness. And then he says, wow, my hands are shaking right now. And he means his human body hands. Allow that energy to flow through the body and to acknowledge that the energy flows through and out of the hands. Allow any excess energy to flow out of the hands and allow your frequency to stabilize and for it to invigorate every cell within your physical human body. As well as be still, what else does this collection of dragons want us to know today? I'm seeing blackness and greyness with oranges and reds. What is it that we need to know about that? They exist, they are present, and they are beautiful colours, but they seem like they are lower. They are around and it's like they are hills, but they are below us. Hills of black, orange and red. They seem to be going farther away, but beneath me. I seem to be going higher and higher. They are really far away now. We're leaving those lower density colours behind and we are going higher. Yes. Tell me more about what you experience as you go higher. Huge towers of white crystals rising into the sky. And I'm rising and I'm rising and I'm rising and I'm still shaking. And it's getting whiter. Yellows and whites. And I feel like I'm moving up to this crystal mountain. Very pointed crystals going higher and higher. And I'm rising and I'm seeing this really bright light. Tell me about that. I'm floating towards it. It's yellow and white. And it seems like it's in a huge open valley of whites and pinks. Yellows, whites and pinks. And I keep rising. I keep going higher and higher. It's like I'm going up. It's like I've started inside a very deep valley or something until I get to the edges of this crystal tower. Like I feel like I'm going up the side of a mountain. Tell me about the crystal tower. It's smooth, beautiful. The smoothest crystal, and it's translucent. And I can see bluish, greenish, whitish, and some pink, but it just goes on and on. Ah. I feel like I'm in a different place now. I'm not on Earth anymore now. No way. I'm in a different land. And at this point I was just so excited. I mean, I'm already excited because, you know, from what you've just heard, I absolutely love dragons. Dragons are my thing. And we've just experienced being a dragon. But now his frequency has risen that high. And whilst we were doing this session, his physical body was shaking. His hands, he said afterwards, he told me it felt like he'd got gloves on, like he was a pneumatic drill was just going like that through his body. So now we've got into a completely different place. So because his frequency has got that high now, because his higher self is helping him, he's risen to a really, really high part of his multidimensional self. Tell me about this different land. It's like a land of crystals. It's huge sides of crystal mountains and valleys, and I keep soaring higher and higher. It's like I'm on some kind of planet where that's what this planet is. It's like a crystal planet. I feel really happy. And you could tell in his voice when he said that he was wherever he is, he's really happy. Allow that feeling of happiness to course through you, that feeling of happiness and freedom. Tell me more about what it feels like to fly in this place. It's just peace, joy, happiness, freedom, and I'm starting to feel this huge strength. And I feel like I'm a being now that is from this place. I'm a being of light, bluish, whitish. Don't think I'm an angel, but I'm some kind of being that is from this place, that has like dominion over it, not dominion, oversees it, protects it. And I have wings. And my wings don't move. It's like they're made of crystal. It's like I'm a crystal being that's big and wide. And it's like I'm looking out of this land, these crystal lands and mountains. And what does it feel like to be the being that resides over these lands? I love it. I feel like this is where I belong. This is my land. I'm higher. It seems that there are crystal mountains on one side, and as I steer my course, it looks greener and there are fields and plains. It's a high plateau, but there are huge parts of earth-like lands with tall grasses, with forests in the distance, but they are crystal trees, or trees made of crystal. The branches are moving. It's like moving crystal branches. They're huge, huge crystal redwood trees, hundreds of feet high, and I'm flying over them. I'm connecting with them telepathically. I'm checking in with them, and they're okay. I'm seeing some reds and oranges and yellows in their crystal branches, but I sense that they are happy. But these colours signal to me that there is something. These colours are coming and going. They show, and then they go away, and then there's the blue-white crystal peace, tranquility of the trees. So I'm not worried. I feel like it's okay for them to have these oranges and reds, that it's natural. I continue flying back to the land of these blue-white crystals. They're towers, it's like they're glaciers. They're very, very deep blue, a very deep blue. There's so much depth to the blue, and they go on for miles and miles deep. And I can see pure white blue crystal depth. And I fly above them, I move, there's no effort in my flight. It's just how I move. And I have hands and legs now. Tell me about them. I wish to land on this plateau of blue glaciers that are clear. And I land, and I'm on 2 feet. And I carry some kind of crystal wings, like, or is it crystal light? It's my whole back. And now I can fold it, these wings. So I've got arms and legs like a human, but I can fold whatever these wings are. They fold and retract back into my body. I'm tall. I feel that I'm a bluish whitish colour. And I'm tall, and I've got some kind of ridges on my head. I'm all blue with human colours in my arms and legs, but the rest of me is like a light blue. My face and my eyes, it's not hair, it's like skin, but it's hard. Crystalline skin is my hair, and it's in a ridge, and it stands on end a little bit like a crystal mohawk. And I have very hard, defined features on my face, and my hair stands on end, and it is crystalline blue. How does it feel to be in that form? I feel very strong and powerful. I'm big. I'm not my small human form that I'm in now. I'm big, 10, 12, 14 feet, and I love it. And in this place, where you are this incredible tall being with the crystalline mohawk, do you feel that there's anybody else there that you share this place with? I do. It's almost like the sun is rising. It's like a blood red orange. Something that's on the horizon. And I'm holding a staff, much like Poseidon's staff, in my right arm. And I bang it on the crystal ground, and it sends out some kind of a frequency. And all of these other beings that are like me emerge either from out of the air or from the crystals, and they are like me, and they are holding these staffs like me, 3-pointed staffs like me. And it's like they are warriors. I feel like we are warriors. We are all very, very strong, and we are benevolent. We are peacekeepers. We are here to protect and defend. What is it that you protect and defend? This planet and all of the beings on this planet. I feel like they have feathers. They are large birds, brown and white, with orange and black heads. They are big. Everything is big on this planet. And these flying birds are very sweet. I feel like they are one thing that we protect. And all of the other flesh-like humanoid type of beings that live in these crystalline cliffs at lower altitudes. I use the crystals to see all of the other beings on this planet. I can see the forests, the crystal trees. At lower elevations, there are huge wooden trees that are made of wood, and the flesh humanoid beings live in the trees, at the bottoms of the tree, and the birds, these bird things that fly in the air. And there's all kind of quadrupeds that live on this planet, animals with 4 legs. And I have never seen any of these creatures before on Earth. They are all very, very different. What does it feel like to live on this planet? It's awesome. I want to be here always. I want to live here. It's really cool. It's like a planet of very high vibration, and all who live on it are safe and protected and peaceful and spiritually of a very high vibration. We are all in sync with the planet, who is a being. The planet is a being. It lives. The centre of the planet is an iridescent yellow. I can see it. I can see it through my crystal glacier. It's like a crystal vision board where I am. I can see it, and I can connect with the spirit of the planet, and it sends its energy to me. I'm connecting with it with these electromagnetic, electrostatic, it looks a bit like lightning, and the centre of the planet communicates with me in that way. And what does the planet tell you when it communicates? There are no words. I am in sync with it. I am part of it, and it is a part of me. And I feel it coursing through my veins. It is a yellow vibration of intense frequency that empowers me. It empowers me to protect this planet, to be everything that I can be, to be strong. And when you protect this planet, what is it that you feel that you are protecting the planet from? Darkness. Flowing clouds of grey mixed with black and red somewhere out in space. And how is it that you protect your planet against this darkness? I can channel that yellow energy, and when I direct it with my other warriors, we can blast that yellow energy. When the darkness comes towards us, we can somehow blast it and break it and obliterate it. But it exists, and it is out there, and it is ever present. And I feel like we have to, my purpose is to take some of my warriors and my skills to another planet, to save another planet from this cloud, whatever this dark cloud is. Clouds of darkness and storms. And there are beings that live in that darkness. That darkness puts on planets. And there are blood red, black form of some kind. These beings that we battle with as warriors that we must fight. Tell me more about that. I can see myself sticking one of these blood red black creatures with my 3-pronged spear. and they scream and dissipate and return to the cloud. Tell me more about what that being looks like. It's like Baal. It's like that demon that I've seen in the first Lord of the Rings, the one that Gandalf battles. Balrog? Yes, they look like that, or Balrog, but they have legs and they are my size. I see. And so you must take a team of warriors from your planet somewhere else in order to ensure that this cloud of darkness does not come to your planet? Yes, and to save this other planet from them. Tell me more about that mission, that journey. I'm feeling anxious. We're on the other planet now, and that planet is engulfed with darkness and red. Half of it is completely lost, and half of it isn't, and we're trying to save the planet. Tell me about the part that you are trying to save. I feel like it's diminishing. It's yellowish. It's blue like the colours of my planet, but the blood red and the darkness are somehow infiltrating and invading and taking over that. And I feel a sense of loss. I can't win. I feel that I have to leave. Tell me more about that. How will you leave? I feel that we jump, literally. Those of us that remain have to fly back to our planet, but we can fly in a ship. There is a ship that we have, that we fly to and move to. It's far away, but it's the same colour, that blue crystalline colour of my planet. And we move to safety in our ship, and we have to go back to our planet. I'm doing that right now, and I feel safe and very far away, but I feel that I need to get back to my planet. That planet that you are trying to help save, what do you feel will happen to that planet? I see it engulfed, and it's lost. Tell me more about what happens when you get back to your planet. Now I feel afraid. Tell me more about that emotion and allow it to come up. I feel very scared. You feel that that darkness, that dark cloud, will make its way towards your planet? Yes, I see it, and it is coming. It's coming very fast. So what must be done? We have to fight. But I'm feeling overwhelmed. I need strength somehow. So at this point I say to him, I remind him to connect back to Source, that all of the strength that he needs, he can receive from Source. Source will give him the strength to carry on. So I ask him to reach out to Source for that additional energy. And I ask him, what course of action do you decide upon in order to help save your planet? I have reached out to Source, and it has blasted me with some kind of purple crystal blast. And somehow the darkness is no more. We've blown it away, and the darkness doesn't exist anymore. But our colour is different now. It's like a deep purple crystal. And I feel now that I'm floating out in space. I feel now that I've changed, that I've transformed in some way. Like I'm distant from that planet now. I'm now a crystal, jagged being that is purplish crystalline. And I'm feeling very, very tired, but I feel very, very strong. And how was it that Source was able to dispel that dark cloud that was taking over planet after planet. I reached out to Source with my mind and my heart, and I willed it. I commanded it to be so. And Source gave me the help instantaneously. Source responded instantly and made it so. It was surreal. And at that point, he was very, 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 very tired because he'd been maintaining a unbelievably high frequency for a long time. So I pulled him out of that lifetime where he was, and then we brought his higher self through to provide healing for the body and to answer his higher self questions. And I think there's a huge lesson in there for all of us today, and that's why I wanted to share this particular session. You know, how did they dispel that cloud of darkness that seemed to be taking over planet after planet? He reached out to Source and he willed it, he commanded it as a part of Source, and Source gave the help instantaneously. And I think all of us need to meditate on that and think about that a little bit more. We are all a part of Source, and we're the part of Source that recognises that we're a part of Source that's been trapped in a lower density environment for much longer than it wanted to be. And now is the time that as parts of Source, we need to say to Source, who is a bigger part of us, enough's enough now. We will it, we command it, we request it, that the light returns to our planet. And much like this guy got this flow of energy that came from Source, which changed him from a blue colour to a purple colour, transformed him and got rid of the darkness. That's what needs to happen on our planet now. We need that flow of energy from Source to transform us into our 5D expressions of ourselves. And we need it to happen now. So the message there for all of us today is, as pieces of Source, even though we're feeling very, very tired, just like he was right here, we're still very, very strong. And it's time for us to reach out to Source, to connect to Source in our meditations, and for us to say to Source, as part of you, it is time for this ascension to occur now. It's time. Make it happen. So on that note, I now have a session, so I need to go. I'm probably not going to post next week because next week is the most incredibly busy week that I've got. I've literally got a session Monday night, Tuesday night. I've got 2 Wednesday daytime, 1 Thursday daytime, 1 Friday daytime, and 1 Saturday daytime. So I have got no time whatsoever to post next week. It's not happening. So I'll see you in a fortnight. And I'll make sure I post that week because I think that's the week of the Zoom call. So I'll remind everybody of when that is. But it's either 28th or the 29th, whichever is the Thursday. So whichever is the Thursday, that's the day of the Zoom call. All of the details are on the community section of my YouTube channel. If you can make the time, which is 11:30 while 1:30 p.m. UK time, brilliant. I can't wait to see you and chat to you. I will jump in and out of all of the different breakout rooms and hover around, and if anyone has any questions that they want to ask, I will do my best to answer them with what information I have. And yeah, just until the next time I see you guys, just keep your vibration high. remember, this is a test. We're about to graduate. There's so many pitfalls out there, so many triggers, so many triggers. Recognise them for what they are and think, no, not today. I've spent enough time on this planet. I don't need to spend another 26,000 years here. Thank you very much. I'm off. And just see everything as, just send love to it. No matter what it is, just send love to it. And before you know it, we are going to be on New Earth. And I can't wait, because I'm just absolutely exhausted. And I just want to go to New Earth for a rest. I just want to be in a place where everybody is of the same high vibration and we can just all start to live. That's what I'm looking forward to. So, to the next time I see you guys, look after yourselves. Make sure that you're putting high frequency things in your body, and make sure you're putting high frequency information in your mind. Don't go near the low frequency stuff where people are bickering and arguing. It will just bring your vibration right the way back down. Stay away from it. So till the next time I see you guys, make sure you keep vibrating high. Love you all. Take care. Bye.